Hello everyone, my name is Bygl and welcome back to another episode here from our Let's Play world. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. So where are we currently located? Well, we are of course in our ice spikes biome that we discovered a good while back. Remember when we were mapping out the entire world? So I set up a brand new portal here because this is going to be a brand new project that we will be setting up here today. I assume you can kind of tell what I'm trying to do here. So I spent hours, literal hours just in here trying to play with ice. And as many of you know, I kind of try to do things my way instead of looking at the guides. So I just sat here and I tried figuring out a bunch of different things like how can I make this work? When does the ice freeze? How often does it freeze? Do these streams freeze? Do these streams freeze? The answer is no, by the way. You need full water blocks to have frozen ice, so that is handy to know. That is one of the things that I figured out via testing. Another thing is that you need a air block. Actually, no, not a air block above the ice, but you need sky access above the ice for it to freeze. And I figured that we can actually use this. So this is a design for an ice farm that I'm trying to do here. Of course, if you're wondering why we need ice, we need it for our Nether hub. That is going to need a bunch of ice and blue ice mostly. If we can get blue ice in all of the tracks, that would be amazing. But yeah, I figured that this could be an amazing experiment, so let's grab some ice and I'm gonna show you my thought process. So I deposited it in my base. We have no normal ice. Actually, we can just take this, right? Yep. So what I figured we could do is we could have water sources with solid blocks above them. This way they shouldn't freeze ever. There we go, so this is all water streams, and if I make water streams out of these ones as well, then this should kind of create a cascading thing. So let's try this out. And it should fill up the whole thing with water. Let me just fix this real quick. Aha! Yep, and all we need to do now is just place this in and we will have full water blocks in here. No flowing water blocks should be here at all. And we're gonna test this out. And yeah, I think this is all. Is this all? Yep. So if I like put some blocks around here, this is like frozen water. We are simulating the water freezing, right? And I take my axe. All of these are gonna convert back to full blocks again, and as you can see, it is actually working. Yes, this is amazing. My idea actually worked. Oh man. Okay guys, big mistake. So, turns out you actually need a block next to the ice for this to work for some reason. I guess it's because you kinda need like when the lake freezes, it starts at the edges and it makes its way to the center, I think? Not entirely sure about it, but that would explain why this is happening. You see, no ice here, but all of the ice is forming around the edges, so I guess we need to come up with a solution that lets us have these blocks around here. Alright, so check it out. Out of the ashes we shall rise. In the shell of the old farm I tried a new concept and I haven't tested it still, but this one seems promising. So we have a infinite water source here, and the ice is definitely forming, as you can see. I didn't place this, and I tested it. This should always turn back into water sources, and then we have these pistons up which activate slightly after these ones down here, and they activate all of these observers, which would create a cool effect with the pistons, I think. So without further ado, let's check this out. Okay, it does fire twice, I expected that, but this is really cool. So basically what this means, We can also make this just a one tick using a monostable, I think. But what this means is that we can actually store ice. We just need to create a clock which will fire the pistons every once in a while, and this is gonna work. Yes! Nice! I'm gonna set that up right away. We're just gonna have a temporary hopper clock around here, and after that everything should come naturally. Just expand the farm, create a hopper system which will pick up the ice underneath it, and this is gonna be done. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many designs I try, it doesn't work. It works, but it doesn't at the same time, so I'm gonna run you over through this and why this is a failed project of sorts. Kinda a hard pill to swallow? What? No, hard pill to swallow, there we go. There's the English I'm looking for. But this sadly does not work the way I thought it would. So everything is fine, everything works relatively nicely. The problem comes when we come to the second layer, and I'm gonna show you how. Before I'll show you that, I just wanna quickly show you the redstone and how it works. So this is the activation system. That was a weird sound. I don't know if you heard that, but this is the activation system. So we have observers and the droppers, kind of staggered, so we don't have to use as many observers, and we also have one block holes. The problem lies in the ice, because when... yeah, there you go. So whenever this ice forms and this is full, my idea was that this will just form another ice below it, and it will push it to the side, eventually be making a big rectangle or cube, right? The problem here is that the pistons or the slime blocks, they can't reach to the middle here. These slime blocks, I made them so they would slowly push the ice here. You can see the blocks here. It works flawlessly when we have this on Vortex, so let's change that. And we should see the ice get pushed. There we go. That works. We can only do this at the sides though, because in the middle parts what happens is that it stays in the middle, but eventually this is going to freeze, so let's, for educational purposes, let's log this machine so I can explain why this doesn't work. So the ice gets pushed, but it doesn't get pushed any further. Let's press this again. The ice stays there, and it's gonna stay there, and no ice can form. My idea was that this would get pushed up by another ice, but no ice can spawn there, as we figured out earlier today. Hey, there is no solution to this as well. The only thing we can do is break it down. Looks so cool though. The only solution I can think of is to only have a single layer and then have the whole design. Actually, that is also not possible, because if we want to have this like stacked on top of each other, then the ice will not always melt. Okay, what I'm probably gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go into a creative test world in between episodes, and I'm gonna try to figure out how we can do this. It's gonna take a bit of practice and a bit of figuring out, but I think we can do it. See you later, Ice Farm. We shall meet again one day in an attempt to make you work. Now, let's check out what I did with the Nether, because I've been extremely busy between episodes. Wow, there's a lot of guys here. I've been extraordinarily busy in between episodes, so let's get this night vision here. So you guys who see this on video can also see things, because yeah, YouTube compression is not nice to the Nether. Like, you can barely see stuff on your phone. So this should be a nice fix. So if you're curious where the ice spikes biome is, it is actually here on the green road. We're eventually gonna connect that up to this place as well. So let's make our way back. Once we get the portals into these tunnels, we can also make both dispensers there, so we can quickly travel. But I really want to show you this, guys, so check this out. This is our red road, and as you can see, it goes quite a distance. So I'm gonna take a boat here, and check out how far this goes. Woo! I've been busy, I tell ya. I've been busy. That is a piglin. Luckily for us, only with a crossbow. So it is not still spawn-proofed, there is still a lot of work to do. We are missing the shroom lights, we are missing the stone. If you missed the designing part of this, you can check out last episode, that's when we designed these tunnels. But yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. It has a nice highway feeling, right? Especially with the potion, when everything's red, I think that is very nice. Some key details to check out here. On these like 5 block areas, that's why I made them 5 blocks, even though the tunnels are 3 blocks, is because we can do this. So this way we can kinda make like intersections. Of course, the best thing that we could have done is make everything a 3x3, that would be the easiest. But this way we're gonna get a little more shape into this, and we can also change up the design of this tunnel if we want, and that is also the plan. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do that, because there is a lot of designing work, but it is possible. Also, we have this windowed area here, where we can see the Crimson Forest outside. I think that is really cool. And total, this took like almost 10 hours. Collecting all of the blackstone and stuff, and growing the vines, getting the Nilium in place. So yeah, it's not an easy task, let me tell you that much. I can hear a piglin in my ear. Oh, there it is. It's a hoblin actually. But yeah, I also touched a bit on all of these ones, just extended them up ever so slightly. As I said previously, like a few episodes back, this is gonna be one of those projects that is mostly handled, like spikes, that is mostly handled off camera, because I'm not gonna make you sit through me building a tunnel for hours, right? That's just not happening. Another thing that I did off camera is installing the storage modules into these farms, finally. This could have been done like months ago, but nah, we're gonna start a new build, we're gonna decorate this place, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And these things have been collecting dust, so finally we are actually collecting items from them. It was actually a relatively simple task, and it is filling up so quickly. Each and every one of these is filling up incredibly quickly. Like, check this out, this is melons, right? Then we have sugarcane, also almost full. I crafted up some rockets recently, that's why it isn't completely full. We have cactus, almost completely full. And we have bamboo here. This is the only one which is taking a while, because it's got way less actual, you know, planting spaces. Even though it actually is pretty quick in terms of planting, we only have like 3 rows. And I also added all of the glass in on each of the modules. If you're wondering, by the way, I don't know if I ever explained this, but if you're wondering why we have the gaps between the glass panes and the dirt blocks in each farm, it's because if we put glass panes on the same level as dirt, it's gonna connect up to it, right? Like it connects up to the walls. So sadly we had to do that, but it doesn't look too bad, it adds a bit more shape and structure, I think. So that is pretty cool. I have no idea how this happened. I didn't think it was possible. But we have zombie villagers now. I have no idea how this could have happened. This is so weird. And I actually do have an explanation for this one in particular though. He is missing his shroom light at the top, so there is just a giant hole. So that explains that quite a bit, am I right, dude? Yep. This one, however, still does have the shroom light. So the only explanation for this one is that there is a zombie that spawned like here, maybe? And hit him through the wall, which would be super unlucky if that is the case, but yeah, what can you do, right? Oh man, villagers are the worst, man. Sometimes you just can't get enough of them. So lately I've just been walking around our Spruce Town base here, having a good time, chilling, relaxing, and I don't know, it kinda almost feels like our world isn't really lived in all that much, like it doesn't really look like there's a lot of life going around, especially this part. We need to add a bunch of stuff here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just refreshen things up a bit. We're gonna try to improve our terraforming and stuff like that. It would appear that we have a lot of like spikes in our base. Probably all of the farms and entities that walk around. Probably not really helping. But yeah, I'm gonna add up some dirt to the tops because I think that looks way better now that I look at it. Definitely more dirt. I'm gonna try to add like structural stuff. Yes, but smart structural stuff, that always works. Just try to sound smart and it's gonna work out, trust me. But maybe if we have like stripped logs like that, that kinda looks like supports for the cliff. And it also introduces another gradient of the brown color, which could spruce things up a bit. Spruce. Ignore my childish puns here. But yeah, I think that could be an amazing improvement. I also think that we need to add more dirt to these parts overall. I don't think that this really makes sense that it ends off like this. So we're gonna try to do stuff like this. And maybe that's gonna make things better? I don't really want to have these huge flat areas. Well, huge, they're not really that big. But I think this is gonna improve the thing overall, so I'm just gonna run around here and try to add more height to the thing. Alright, so check it out, I worked quite a bunch on this. Doesn't really seem like I did a dent, did it? It looks exactly the same, but I assure you that when you're down there, it looks way better. So check it out, we have the wooden beams on the sides here, along with some more leaves, kind of to make it more overgrown, more dirt at the top. Right above the beams, so it kind of looks like the beams are holding up the dirt, right? So this doesn't collapse on us. And it is quite a view being underneath here, I really like it. And I did this all around this thing, not this one. This one has not got the beams around it, but this one does have them all around the whole thing. So I'm just gonna quickly show you this. You can see them here. I still need to add leaves here, I forgot about that. If we add leaves here, it's gonna look super cool, I think. Yep. And we have beams even around this side, as you can see. Alright, we are slowly running out of time, so we gotta pick up the pace here. I wanna do one large project to end off today's episode. Yeah, like that's ever happened, that I actually finished the thing that I started near the end of the episode, but we're gonna try our best here, okay? So I figured that when we improve that area of the base, we should probably improve this one as well. So the plan here is to add more interest, there we go, I was going to say interested, to add more interest to this lake, we should totally make like a bridge that connects the 4 diagonals. So this one, that one behind the drop system, and this one. I am planning to use beehives for the floor here and kind of stagger them like this. You can't do this with planks, and I think it looks really cool. I like the smooth texture actually. Who would have thought that the beehives would be such a good building block, right? And we're gonna do this on all 4 sides, and then we're gonna try to figure out stuff like the railing for this, because I do wanna have railing around that, so let's do that right now real quick. Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out the railing here, of course, and I think this is looking Pretty cool. Kinda did the same thing as we did with these stumps here a long time ago. Maybe I could introduce some like stairs to it and stuff like that. And then we could have like trees on the sides here that like grow into the lake. Oh, that would look so cool. That would be awesome. And then we will have, of course, the lake decorated. It will glow in the dark, kind of like that conduit here. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool. But first, yeah, I need to do this exact thing with it on this side, on every single pathway that we wanna have. So, yeah, that is gonna take a while. Oh yeah, well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that this looks absolutely amazing. So, a few changes have been made. We are using strip logs instead of beehives because of a horrible thing. I don't know when, I don't know why, but our bees are dead. I don't know, I thought they were inside the whole time, but I tried to break some beehives. There are new beehives. And yeah, they were dead for a long time, so we weren't producing any, what you call it, beehives. So yeah, I thought I would have enough beehives, but I don't. So instead we are using stripped oak logs, along with these stripped strip logs. What did I just say? Spruce. Stripped spruce logs, there we go. But yeah, when you look at it from the distance, I think this looks really good. Like, really, really good. Oh, I like that. We still need to do some changes with the platform in the middle, but other than that, I think this has been an amazing success. Learn to speak Bygl. And we're gonna do one last thing. If you don't know what this is, then we are not a OG. Just kidding. Memory is broken, just like that. Well. And we also have one of these trees. I'm gonna end the trees later because I am so bored of cutting wood. This, by the way, took like 4 hours, believe it or not. This took me the whole Minecraft day. So yeah, I wish I could do more with it, but I am literally out of time. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!